Okay, so I'm gonna do 20 now, and that is hospitalization. Okay, so this is a smaller one, not too not too complicated, but there is one or two things that I missed. But let's start off with what we know. So the the meaning of hospitalization comes from the word. You can kind of get a sense of what the actual meaning is. So in hospitalization is we're hospitalizing someone, okay? And the reason we're hospitalizing someone is because the care that they were getting at the primary healthcare or the non-stationary care isn't sufficient, and now they need to be taken to the specialist care at the hospital, i.e., hospitalizing someone. So here we have a doctor or whoever it is. We are actively taking someone. We're taking someone to hospital, hospitalizing them because the care they were receiving at the primary healthcare, at the primary care wasn't sufficient. That's why we're hospitalizing this person. All right. Now, yeah, I forgot to say something last time as well. When I was saying functions of hospital care, I don't know if this comes under here or here. I think it might come under here, but just know it anyway. The three functions of hospital care. First function is social. Second one is qualifications. Third one is economic. Right. So social, it just means helping the person, uh, helping this person that's not due to medical reasons. So one of the reasons is because they're getting abused. So a pregnant woman, yeah, is getting abused. Or second reason is because there's a kid who's alone, yeah, an orphan, whoever, living on the street. So social is your first one, all to do with non-medical related reasons. Second is qualifications, right? Education. This is just because main reason is doctors, students, they go and they train there, students train there, and qualifications could also mean that you have different departments, and in these different departments you have different doctors, yeah, so you have different specialities. So let me just put plus specialities. And last one is economic. Okay, this is all to do with money, specifically how the patients pay, right? So two of them comes through insurance, yeah. One of them out of the pocket, and obviously with out of the pocket you got exceptions as well. But yeah, you already know those. I'll spare you that. Now going back to hospitalization, why do we hospitalize people? Now you should already know these because I just explained it. Yeah, medical reasons, that's obvious. Social reasons, we just mentioned pregnant woman, kids alone, and mixed. Now, move on to the next point. You got types of hospitalization. So we just done reasons why. That was reasons point one. Point two, types. Two reasons. Two types. One's emergency. Second one's planned. Pretty simple. Yeah, planned's elective. So you do it in advance. Rights of the patient. Okay, I only put a few down. One, I think this doesn't necessarily come under the rights of the patient, but the right of the hospital, I guess, is to uh, basically have the person's clothes, which is kind of weird. Is that? Let me just check that. I mean, it does sound a bit strange being, if it is a right of the patient, it shouldn't really be a right of the patient, shouldn't it? Yeah, so you have to hand in your clothes and your shoes and everything. It's a weird one. Next, right? Food. So with food, you have to have a specific diet ordered by the doctor. You can't just take your own food. You can't just munch a burger and chips. Yeah. You have to have what the doctor advises you. Now, these two things are prohibited. You can't take your own medications and you can't smoke. Simple. Next, this is two things here. So, first thing is you can't go outside the hospital without permission from the doctor. So look what the doctor's saying stay. Yeah, he's giving him permission. You can stay outside. So firstly, you need permission to go outside, and the second point is the person, he can choose what doctor he wants to be treated by, and he can choose what hospital he wants to go to. But this is a bit of an exception because in order to do this, he must have a referral and there must be space in the hospital. But otherwise, I think he can choose what doctor he wants to be treated by. But obviously, I don't know, in every circumstance, is it free? I don't think it's free in every circumstance. I think you might need to pay to do that. Okay, so then it comes to permission and the will. The will to be treated by whoever. And the last one, indicators. Okay. Now, I did not manage to get specific indicators for this. I couldn't find it in my notes. But I think you might be okay in just knowing these three statistics or stats that is included in statistics for indicators. One stat is number of beds, and you can use that obviously for the bed occupancy rate and that sort of thing. The number of people admitted or died, so there's the turnover rate, and then patient days in the hospital. So yeah, that's hospitalization. Yeah, so we take hospitalization, take people to hospital. Why? These reasons: medical, social, types, emergency and plan types, rights, clothes, food, meds, the actual right of the patient to choose. And obviously with that you can add your own things, like consent. They need your own consent, the ability to reject a treatment. Yeah. And then indicators. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one, but that's most of it.